I promise you, this is not going to turn into a movie review podcast, but we got to talk about the Eternals because we'll just talk about it and a little bit of Cigar Fridays. So stick around till the end to see a sneak peek of that, and let's get it popping. Roll intro.
I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back, tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone and affection, I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the
Welcome back to another episode of the Problems on Problems podcast. I'm your host, Mike Santee, and I guess spoiler alert. Yeah, if you haven't seen Eternals yet, now would be a good time to skip everything I'm about to talk about in this review, unless you want to hear the review. Some spoilers are in there. Just know, I warned you. If you want to, just skip to this time. If I remember to do it. I definitely didn't do it last week, but who knows? Eternals, the newest Marvel movie with, I don't know. It's about an alien race of immortal beings sent to Earth by these even more immortal beings, the Celestials, to protect us from deviants, which are really their counterparts. Imagine these cabley wire dogs, kind of like a werewolf and those things from the Matrix all in one. But yeah, that's the premise of the movie, and I'm not gonna lie, it was mid. That movie was in mid at best. And I know everyone's going to be coming for me in the comments. Whatever, we're leaving that in. But I just feel like, all right, so let's take it from this. I feel like, number one, it was rushed. There were too many people. Like, you try to make me care about so many people in, I guess it was 2.5 hours or so. But in that time, you try to, like, give me backstories on, like, 10 different people that, like, I may or may not care about later or something like that. And so it felt as though, like, you really just got little 3-minute blobs of like, hey, this is this person's backstory, and this is this person's backstory, and that's that person's backstory, all trying to figure out who killed Selma Hayek. That's part of the movie too. It was kind of giving me like Justice League vibes, Justice League energy, if you want to call it that, where they were like, hey, here's all these people. We know you kind of know the backstory to them, but like, let's give you some glimpses of it and how they came together and what's going on now. And then you can just really figure it out from there. And I didn't really like it. And then some people are going to say like, oh, the sex scene in the movie made it bad, or the openly gay kiss in the movie made it bad. And to which I say like, nah, that's like literally that's the least of your worries, where like the sex scene, if anything, was two people topless, but not even really, and they're basically dry humping in the sand in the desert. So take that for what you will. And then the gay kiss. Yo, first of all, it's 2021. Grow up. Like, what if two dudes kissing is what ruins a movie for you? Then like definitely don't watch Brokeback Mountain. But like, to its credit, Brokeback Mountain covered similar concepts, and it was by far a better movie. And so I don't know if it's just this idea that like I've gotten comfortable in Marvel movies kind of being good because it made you expect that, or if it's just me being spoiled by really good Marvel movies in the past, and now I'm just like, oh, this is like a meh Marvel movie, like a setup Marvel movie. That's kind of like what it felt like. But at the end of it all, it was just boring. Like, it felt as though they were trying to make you care about people without really letting you know if there was going to be any kind of a long-term investment into them. And you know, when half your cast is from Game of Thrones, you kind of have trust issues as to whether they're going to live or die. And then on top of that, like, where are the Avengers? Where are the Avengers in all this? Isn't Doctor Strange supposed to be like scanning the multiverse or the universe or something like that for threats against Earth? And isn't Captain Marvel supposed to be like flying around the universe to protect us from threats from space? Like, I don't know what's more threatening from space than a giant celestial being trying to destroy the planet, or these little wire cable dogs trying to destroy the planet. You tell me. I don't know. This is my thing. And like, are we not supposed to be like watching? Are they not? Avengers? Are Avengers not supposed to be watching us, like specifically Earth, to protect us? And we just kind of let these things go through. And what's the point of adding Shang-Chi to the Avengers if you're not going to use them? Man's got these 10 golden rings of fucking, is it 10 golden rings? I don't even remember anymore. Man's got golden rings And they're all powerful. We're not using them at all during all this. We're just going to be like, Avengers, sit back. These immortal beings, these aliens that look like us, they're going to take care of it. Don't worry about it. Everybody chill. You guys need a break from everything you've been doing. Don't even get me started on the fact that like these motherfuckers don't intervene in everything that's going on. We're talking like the Thanos thing and all that stuff. They were just like, we're going to sit back and watch this. Like, it's for the better good. And I mean, speaking of Shang-Chi, it was a better movie. So if you haven't seen Shang-Chi and you're going to go like on the fence about Marvel movies, go see that one first. I'm pretty sure that matters sometime in the context of the timeline, but also it's just a better movie. Like this one, you can just kind of skip it. You can skip it, or you just wait till it comes out, unless you're going to catch it on a matinee or something like that. Overall, though, and why is Angelina Jolie in this movie? Like, I don't get it. Like, cool, she's in it, but why is she in it? Like, of all things, and like the part that she plays, I feel like it could go to somebody else unless her character is supposed to be a little bit older. It was just very weird. I just don't know why. Like, Salma Hayek's character made sense in the movie. I don't know why Angelina Jolie was in this movie, but like, cool to you. Like, way to get a Marvel check, if that's what you're into. But yeah, that's another confusing part. Like, what are you doing? And then on top of it all, I've never met a group of friends that hide their feelings for each other so poorly than all these people. Like, we're talking like every other person's got romantic feelings for somebody else, and we got love triangles and like secret relationships, open relationships. And it's just like, y'all, you would think after, I don't know, being immortal for a few years that eventually you guys would have a talk about your feelings for each other. Maybe they have and they just ignore them. But based off of this movie, there's a lot of tension everywhere. And I'm just like, y'all need to go figure that stuff out. And maybe, I don't know, maybe the end of the world isn't the time to do it, but eventually do it for your healthy relationships, your healthy fictional relationships. Either way, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. And I give it a 6 out of 10 mainly because I don't remember what I gave Dune, but I feel similarly about them. And yeah, 6 out of 10 feels like a good one. Kumail Nanjiani and Harish Patel, they were the comedy that basically made the movie not seem as long. I would literally just want a spin-off of those two. Like, have a Marvel movie just for them kind of thing, or like a spin-off series like y'all did for Wanda and Vision, the spin-off that you did for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So yeah, I would like to see those two doing something, because that'd be nice. That was just the comic relief that you needed throughout the entire movie, to not really get preoccupied in the sense that, or in the fact that it was a boring movie. I will say, spoiler alert again, so I'll give you 1, 2, 3 seconds to stop listening to what I'm saying right now, is that the mid-credits scene, the mid-end credit scene where Harry Styles comes in as Star Fox, brother of Thanos. We'll get into that later. We won't. I say that as if this is the place to do it. But he was cool. I'll take it. I mean, that was a redeeming thing, like that little part right there. And then the end credit scene where Kit Harington, who plays Dane, is that his name? Dane? I think that's his name. Plays a guy who then comes in contact with the Ebony Blade, learns a little bit about his family history, hints at the Black Knight kind of storyline starting to take place in this movie. And so for those, we're going to be cool with it. I'm going to enjoy that part. I always enjoy some Marvel end credits. But yeah, I would, if you can get a matinee price to go see it, it's worth it. With that, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk about your choices in fame. And then we'll get you wrapped up, and maybe even a little bit of a sneak peek at some Cigar Friday footage.
P.O.P.
And we're back with the great debate. Last week I asked you guys, would you rather be famous on the internet or in real life? And 57% of you said in real life. And I'm slightly conflicted about that, really, in the fact that I think I enjoy the anonymity. That sounds okay. What I'm about to tell you sounds very contradictory, considering the fact that I'm sitting in front of a camera, sweating, talking to y'all about this. But the anonymity of being famous on the internet, if you have a persona built up, if you have like some mass some mask to hide behind. It just seems a little more liberating, where you can kind of, just do what you want. You can go to the grocery store, you can go to the movies, nobody really bothers you, nobody really knows. But then you have the trappings or the accolades that come with fame on the internet and so on and so forth. It's a little too late for your boy, as if I'm going to be famous, but my face is everywhere and the internet is forever. So no anonymity here. If anything, best case scenario, you get to some like local level of celebrity where like people in your town know who you are. But if you were to go elsewhere, you're still basically another stranger, which, not gonna lie, that kind of sounds good. But I could also see the perks of being famous in real life kind of thing, or a real life celebrity. You get to hang out with other celebrities. I'm just not sure if I'm cool with the paparazzi part of celebrity stardom. But it could also just be like a D-list celebrity that just like sees a couple people here and there. They're like, oh yeah, check out this person. They were hanging out with so and so. So I don't know. I guess it depends. I'm still gonna lean on one side, on the side of the internet fame, mainly just because you could always walk away from it and nobody would ever know. This week, is Thanksgiving food overrated? I saw a couple posts recently on social media talking about how Thanksgiving food is basically like church food, and I felt attacked. Coming from the South, I guess technically I come from the South, living in the South for as long as I have now, I can see what you're going for, because like every kind of churchy event has the same food. Like we're talking the same deviled egg, same green bean casserole. I guess the difference is you don't get the stuffing / dressing, the turkey, which, I mean, listen, if you haven't had a fried turkey before, be safe, but try that out. If you haven't had does Bojangles still make their Cajun turkey, their Cajun rub turkey? I don't know, but there are ways that Thanksgiving food surpasses church food over and over again. Also, me being kind of let's say a melting pot of cultures, I hate myself. It's I get the best of both worlds, where I get the southern side of Thanksgiving and I get all those foods, but I also get the Caribbean side and really like the Puerto Rican Dominican side of Thanksgiving, where if y'all haven't had arroz con gandules during a holiday, you're missing out. Like that turkey potato salad. Shout out to my parents who have a annual neighborhood breakfast that sees anywhere from about 50 to 100 people based off of the year. But yeah, I'm still gonna say that I think Thanksgiving food isn't overrated. You get it about once a year. I know the leftover part, like waiting an entire week of leftovers and you're just like, yo, I can't do turkey anymore. I get that part, but like if we're just talking like a 3-day span, give me that shit. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the polls, and we'll talk about it next week. But that kind of brings us over to our Friday follows. This week is going to be a little different in the sense that this week's Friday follow is going to go to Ash and Barrel Cigar Social Lounge, a new venue in Cornelius, North Carolina, a little bit north of Charlotte, where you can get your drinks, you can get a whole bunch of cigars. Robin and Tony have made that place such a great kind of atmosphere to come in, and they have private rooms should you want to conduct business there. They have a bunch of sprawling kind of chairs, couches, sofas, stuff like that, TVs. The bar staff, they're great. They have a tobacconist. I think that's what it's called. That dude knows everything about anything tobacco related. It's almost like it's like a sommelier, but for cigars. And I don't know if it's just the culture around here, but you don't have a lot of spots like that in and around Charlotte. So go check them out at Ash and Barrel Cigar Social Lounge on Instagram. Follow their website. The guys did amazing. But the reason why I was there is we're not going to give you too many details about that, but let's call it Cigar Fridays. We're not going to go too in depth of Cigar Fridays, but just know that it happens, and there are, the minds that show up to this thing, and the conversations that happen, the ideas that go back and forth, or the ideas that go back and forth, the deals that are made. I'm just saying, like, if there was like some kind of real estate Illuminati in Charlotte, like this kind of felt like it was it. So I appreciate everybody. Wes, appreciate the invite. Duke, thanks for having me. Thanks for being an amazing host. Everybody else, Jordan, RJ, Delano, everybody. Y'all killed it. It was awesome seeing you guys there. Look forward to the next one. But yeah, I shot a couple things of B-roll. Might as well put it at the end of this show. But with that, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Problems on Problems YouTube channel right here. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Problems on Problems Podcast. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Problems_pod. Amazon Music. Is that true? Amazon Music, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and everywhere else where podcasts can be found. And per usual, follow your boy at MikeSanty18 on all social media. But like I always say, guys, if it's not a good time, hope it's a good story, and I will see you next week.